Welcome in, everybody, to Running the Riff's coverage of the North American Challenger League 2024 Spring Qualifier Playoffs. We've already seen two games between Team Fish Taco and CCG in this best of three, and we've made it to the final game. Yanni and Thousand Eyes still giving you all the action. And after CCG came from behind big time in game one, Team Fish Taco was able to do the same in game two. And now the final game three, win or go home. Thousand Eyes, what do you make of this series so far?
I have no idea because both games have been so all over the place that it is impossible to try and predict anything. It feels like if I try to guess something's going to happen, it's just going to turn into me like looking like a fool because it's just like, cool, we got 2 kills. Well, they got 3 kills. We got 4 kills later on, and it's just we're juggling at this point.
Really interesting move here for Team Fish Taco to pick up the Lucian. We saw CCG do this last time against Team Fish Taco, and the response was a Caitlyn Lux, which is something that is on the table for the side of CCG, but it looks like they will opt in a different direction, locking in the Zaya. I would be surprised if we did not see the Rakan follow it up.
Yeah, it'll be locked in. It's been Rakan specifically also has just been a really strong support for a long time. That does mean the Nami will go through and be picked up for the Lucian, where Melio has been banned. Nami is capable of being picked up here and played. And that will be the power bot lane that you have for Team Fish Taco. Red and Trevor, on the other hand, though, they've still got some strength in them and they will be able to go toe to toe. Maokai getting locked in. Maokai on the current patch is a very powerful champion. He's been mostly seen in the support role, but does have that capability to go into the jungle as well.
Yeah, it's not something that, obviously we're going to see it here go into the jungle, I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it in a lane yet. But unless Nami goes somewhere else that I was not expecting, fairly certain we'll see the tree man into the jungle here. As we see double trees, as Ivern will also be picked up here. That will also go to the jungle. So it's solo laners for the second half of the draft, which means it is time to start banning them away. We haven't seen Corki get picked up at all yet today. That's a pick that has been really strong. It did just get nerfed, but again, we're still seeing play very recently, even post nerfs. I believe saw an ACL play the other day. I honestly cannot remember, but I still think he's a pretty strong option. We are going to see LeBlanc get taken away. Sudsy's LeBlanc is one to be feared.
Yeah, LeBlanc as a whole is just very strong. So not surprised to see that Gone Fizz gets banned from FlowCon. So taking away more of those assassins on the other side as well. I'm kind of curious here because while there is the Rakan for CCG, they don't have a tank per se in this composition as of yet. And if they're going to pick one, they're going to have to figure out one that works well into a lot of different possibilities because they are likely going to have to nab that in that fourth pick spot on the red side here.
Yeah, still a lot of really good options available. Cassante, as an example, is a nice tank that you can go and pair up and have a good team composition around. It's really the only tank, like pure tank, that Crimson has played so far in the entirety of OQs. So I'm interested to see if that's a direction that they go in here. Final ban getting across the table is going to be a Malphite. I think it's a pretty interesting ban. I would have been surprised to see one, but it would have been a welcome surprise. So that being off the table means that no hard engage shenanigans. They're going to force Crimson onto something that isn't a Malphite. I didn't really even know that he played that, to be honest.
It's Malphite, first of all. But second of
Everybody can
all,
play Malphite, let's be
yeah,
honest.
I can play Malphite, all right? If I can play Malphite against good players, anybody can. And now we see exactly why, because I was going to point it out. Jace can be picked up here. If you have some kind of AD top laner that's aggressive, you ban the Malphite because it just hard counters anything. It's the Tryndamere, the Yasuo, the Jace, all of those champions, none of them want to go up against that Malphite, and that is why they took it away. The Aatrox will be landed there, and that means a little bit of a rough time for Crimson again, as Hoarder should have control of that lane, but they are going to now take the Syndra as well to complete this. This is another similar composition to what we saw from CCG in the previous game, where they had that poke into the all-in potential there. This time, a little bit more all-in than the poke that CCG had.
Oh, I wanted to talk about Flocon's Vlad. He played one game of Vlad, and I actually think it's really, really good for this CCG squad, especially with Team Fish Taco's ability to lay down poke and potentially catch some people with some Nami bubbles, with some Scatter the Weeks out of Syndra. So I like this Vladimir, but we'll see, because if he doesn't get to the late game, I mean, you're just going to be so weak, right? The CCG composition, it's really predicated on how strong the Zaya is going to be in the early game, and then Aatrox getting to the mid and late game as well, because this mid jungle duo, the power between these mid jungle duos is not the same, right? This Maokai
Yeah,
Syndra is going to be doing so much more work than this Ivern and Vladimir.
absolutely. I mean, that's Ivor and Vladimir is like one of the most scaling matchups I've ever heard of in a long, long time. And Maokai just absurdly powerful early game ganker there, and the Syndra to follow it up as well, where, ever since Syndra got her mini rework there, she has not been as powerful in the early game in terms of damage, but she still always has that setup, and that's something Maokai really does appreciate, because he has to be able to get in range to hit his W and follow up with things.
Yeah, and I really love this triumvirate of Taco, right? Again, and back-to-back games, they've got a very strong top side. Jason Syndra combined with a Maokai, you can do so much. There are opportunities to, again, to be able to catch out Limo. If he starts on the bottom side and heads to the top side late, all of a sudden you could see some runs coming out. I'm sorry, on Vacant, right? If Vacant starts at the bottom, heads to the top side, they could catch him out and deal a lot of damage. So it's something to watch out for if you are on the side of CCG, because if Team Fish Taco gets ahead and they start rolling, it will be very, very bad news. And the composition as a whole just works so well, in my opinion, right? I think that, once you manage to land a Scatter of the Week, land a Nami Bubble, or even a Tidal Wave, the first person to get hit is probably going to die, right? Because you're going to see all this damage come out from the Lucian, come out from the Syndra. If Jace is able to get a little bit of poke or even slam the hammer down, it is going to be really, really rough.
Absolutely, as we will be getting underway very shortly here. Again, kind of looking at where things are, Team Fish Taco have power position on all lanes. CCG have kind of taken lanes that all lose out, especially in the push scenario here. So they're going to have to weather the storm and try to find opportunities later.
Hoarder could find himself in a little bit of trouble. He's stuck on the little island brush. You see the toggle of vision, and he realizes, oh, I might be in a little bit of trouble. The knockup does not land, though. He's able to potentially walk this out. He does get rooted up. The rest of the team is going to get on top of him. He gets ignited. He's solo. A couple more auto attacks should be able to take him out, and it's first blood going over to Crimson.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need there. You need to be able to find some kind of advantage. And again, it seems to be a red side thing where they're just going to find some way, somehow, to get a early lead level 1, and Aatrox getting it, of all people, is pretty good, because if Aatrox has that capability to walk forward on the Jace, you're now no longer as worried. You can pressure him a little bit, and if you get lane control there, suddenly Jace doesn't feel like he really has a lot of power in this game.
Well, a little bit of gold in the pocket here for Crimson. We'll see how he's able to do against Hoarder. No flashes on the top side. No flash for Vacant as well. Which does mean that there's an opportunity that they could potentially end Hoarder's game if they happen to head up there. You can see Vacant starting on the bottom side. So could potentially see those fireworks occur as Trevor is going to go in and knock up Levitate. Means Levitate is going to take a lot of damage. A little bit of healing from Snow. Means that the trade will not go as bad as Team Fish Taco thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, Team Fish Taco not really in any kind of worry there. An even trade should be a 1 trade for the Nami Lucian, because Nami could just heal a lot more frequently and often. Rakan does have the capability to heal, but it's so dependent on being able to hit somebody, and when you're against 2 ranged champs, a little bit tougher to land those shots. So healing and damage should be very favored in Team Fish Taco's bot lane, and you can see it by how far back Trevor and Red are really playing to give that respect.
Yeah, and you can see Vacant is still on the bot side, so, you know, at least to somewhat protect the potential dive here. Levitate and Snow 2 doing a great job of just keeping Red and Trevor at level 1 for right now. Obviously, Limo not around, so nothing too crazy is going to happen. Just a little bit of damage going back and forth. Turret helping out a little bit. And really just how much CS can Red pick up here is really going to show how impactful that early trade was.
Yeah, and now as we see junglers starting to finish their pathing here, Ivern running up to the top side. I think if this wasn't initially the plan, a good adaptation for Vacant to be up here and say, hey, Aatrox already has 1 kill. If we could get a gank onto the Jace, we can really snowball things out of control, and it can kind of just waiting for the right moment. He's going to get spotted on a ward, and we'll just give up on that one, go for the Scuttle Crab instead.
Yeah, there's a level difference up there, too. Ward are now just hitting level 4, so if it wasn't for that ward, it would have been pretty disastrous. You see more fighting here on the bottom side as Levitate is going to have to dash away. Snow 2 and Levitate getting a little low on mana, but so is Red. He's taken quite a bit of damage himself, so they're doing good not to give up anything to this Lucianami bottom lane. As we know, it is one of the most oppressive bottom lanes that you could run into. So CCG gives up anything could be disastrous and just get out of hand.
Absolutely. Ivern going to be pathing back down to that bottom side here, and see Limo going back down bot as well. There's no camps for Limo as well, so this is a pathing choice that is going to put Limo in a really rough spot if it is not taken advantage of.
They see him on the ward as well, so Levitate and Snow 2, they have to back up. But they're looking for a bit of an engage. Limo and Vacant going to go head-to-head. The Ignite on the Red. Red is going to be able to get away, call those feathers back, get the root onto Levitate. So a little bit of scrapping back and forth, but not much that either team could do as Limo just getting in here and just wants a piece of Vacant, you know, wants to put some damage down, you know.
Yeah, good call at the end of the day there for Limo to be there right when Ivern wanted to go in, so keeping that team alive. And now Crimson also pushing forward here to keep Hoarder out of contention for this wave, and Crimson feeling pretty good in this matchup that's a pretty difficult one at the end of the day.
Yeah, Levitate very low, very out of mana, but yeah, as you mentioned, Hoarder doing pretty good. Mid lane going pretty well for CCG as well. I actually say that this is a CCG win here, right? You know, gold doesn't really matter too much at this point, but Flowcon has been able to chill out. Farm up is a little down in the farm department for right now, but that's okay. And obviously bot lane was going to get the lead they were going to get, but no kills given up to Levitate and Snow 2 is really where you want to be.
Definitely, and for what it is worth, it's also... Oh, wait, top lane.
Oh, there is the fight. Crimson burns his flash as well. His shield is gone, but they should have enough damage to be able to take out Hoarder. He does not have the cooldowns, and it's Vacant picking up the kill. They are picking on the TFT top lane.
Yeah, and that is really important because the last 2 games, Hoarder has had a strong lead over Crimson. So for Crimson to be able to get into this 2 KP there to help out, as Team Fish Taco will have to play out of somebody else. Feels like the Syndra is going to have to be the late game carry for Team Fish Taco.
Yeah, and they can't do anything to get this Lucian and Nami super far off the ground right now. They're doing a great job of using their presence to try to bully around Red and Trevor. And they do have a CS lead, right? So you will take what you can get out of that, but it's not what you really want, right? And the real surprising thing is that Team Fish Taco was able to take out the Void Grubs here. No answer for the Dragon on the side of CCG either, so could be something to watch out for as we move forward in the weight of expectations begins to bear down on these teams further and further. Remember, it's win or go home, and both of these teams expected to make it to the top 8, but only one of them can. Bacon going to be able to find his way in, but I believe he was spotted out, so Trevor and Red going to continue to try to do their thing, try to heal up as much as they can. As Sudsy dealing more and more damage to Flocon here. Could mean that be an angle for Team Fish Taco to maybe take that dragon?
Yeah, it is important to note that while like Vladimir is kind of able to stabilize in that lane, he's going to take a lot of poke, which does mean he's going to give Syndra a lot of stacks in that time as well. So like as opposed to something that can dodge the Syndra abilities, Syndra does have some healing or some stack building to do here.
Levitate, how to get out of there. Snow has to burn the flash and the heal to get them out of there. That is not great, but good stuff by CCG to try to burn those summoner spells. Although they did take a lot of damage on the other side. You can see here Limo is hovering on the bottom side. Top side, they're just chilling out. Hoarder and Crimson having a good time. Although Hoarder maybe not having the greatest time, as he's down in CS, he's down in kills. It is just not where you want to be. And Sudsy as well, starting to put as much pressure as he can on the Flocon.
Yeah, I know that we're kind of like dancing on the knife's edge a little bit here, but it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of action to be gained. Yes, Team Fish Taco have found some strength in their bottom lane here, but it doesn't feel powerful enough to really crack things open. We have the dragon being picked up for Team Fish Taco, which as expected there, and Grub's also taken for TFT. So things, at least on the objective side, looking good for Team Fish Taco. They just need to really convert that into some real gold.
Yeah, and you know, that dragon can give him little bit of nice things in the way of stats here. Obviously, those Void Grubs, they'll be able to eventually make good use of them. Already at least a little bit of use. As we're going to see on the top side, Daisy is going to come in and cause a lot of problems for a Hoarder, and he goes down again. 0 and 3 as they are just relentless.
Yeah, and things go from bad to worse for Hoarder, who has overall had a really good day, but a hell of a time to have a bad game, as Hoarder has just been punished over and over again. The Jace pick has not worked out, and this Aatrox is going to come into the mid game. We saw what Aatrox could do for Team Fish Taco in the previous game, coming from the mid lane. This time around, it is all Crimson, and Crimson, if Crimson can play that well on a Riven from behind, I am terrified to see what this Aatrox will do in the mid game.
I wanted to see the Crimson game. This is the Crimson game. This could be his signature moment as a young player, right? When the chips are down, game 3, do or die, comes out huge on this Aatrox. 10 minutes in, solid CS lead, 2 plates, couple of kills. This is exactly where he wants to be. Team Fish Taco not to be outdone though. That bottom side, Levitating Snow 2 looking to get at least one more plate as they head back to the bottom lane. That plate is very, very low. And a nice little CS lead. Meanwhile, Void Grub spawning on the top side of the map. Team Fish Taco making a beeline for it because Sudsy has imposed so much control in this mid lane right now.
Yeah, not only is Sudsy, but also bot lane there for TFT. Hoarder might be in a bad spot again.
Yeah, he gets knocked up. He gets forced to flash away. Good ultimate. There's Grasping Roots. Going to force off the rest of CCG for right now, but it is a fight over the Grubs. It's a 4v2 right now, though. They just don't have the members available, and the Grubs are going to go the way of Team Fish Taco. They get every single one of Ed and Nettie.
I've never heard it called Ed and Nettie. That one hurts.
No, hey, listen, why does it hurt?
Because that's a reference that I feel like a lot of people are not gonna get.
Listen, Tess, we're old. Our combined casting age right now is 58. Meanwhile, Hoarder on his way to 58 deaths right now. Death number 4 here at 12 minutes. That one was a solo bolo, by the way. So Crimson is more than happy to cash in on some more plates. Again, This is looking like it could be the Crimson game. The question is, Tess, does Team Fish Taco have an answer for him?
I don't know if they do. I mean, the Maokai is really the best one that they have. If you can lock down Aatrox for long enough, there is enough damage between Lucian and Syndra to make things work, but it's still not going to be a fun time. And if you don't burst him and kill him immediately, he's just going to heal it all back up.
Well, they didn't get any gold for that plate. Snow 2 and Levitate, I don't think they got the gold for that plate. That is tough. Especially because Red and Trevor were able to get so much down there. You know, they took 3 plates off of Levitate and Snow 2. That is not something that you expect to really happen. So Team Fish Taco not getting what they wanted out of the spot lane. We were like, hey, are they going to? Are they going to? And they just didn't. And that is really bad news for them. The good news is Sudsy certainly making good use of those Void Grubs. Able to take yet another plate here in just a moment. All right, next wave, next wave.
Yeah, and what I know is kind of a struggle here, at least in terms of the top side for Aatrox, or against the Aatrox rather. There is a lot of things going well across the map. Flocon demonstrating that perfectly for me. Thank you. Will tank the Syndra barely and lose the tower, and now Sudsy is unlocked, which is something we kind of need to be a little bit afraid of, because I see a Lucian and a Syndra that are kind of off the ground and maybe not super strong, but strong in some way, shape, or form. That is a lot of burst damage, and pretty much if you catch out somebody, there is a chance to pop them before they go down, before they can do anything rather.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he is off the ground. He does have a shutdown strictly off of farming. Meanwhile, Team Fish Taco, they're just using their bot lane to bully right now. They are on top of the dragon. He's Flocon and Bacon, but secured anyway by Team Fish Taco. So they have done very, very well on objectives, as you mentioned earlier. 6 grubs, 2 drakes. They're down in gold, but not by much. God, you see that damage? You mentioned it.
Yep.
Yeah, Sudsy is putting out pain.
How many stacks are we at on the Syndra right now, actually? Because I have to imagine we're at 88 at 16 minutes, which is pretty darn good. Syndra hits that max at the 120, and we're very quickly approaching that point. We're trying to see if CCG can get their first objective of the game so far. They're kind of playing it a little bit tense.
Yeah, they just need to wait, right? Because Flocon's not there, doesn't have teleport available, and really isn't at the peak of his powers right now. And I do think the most interesting thing about Flocon's build here is that he went Ionian Boots, right? And has realized, like, hey, I just need to dodge out on these Scab the Weeks, and he should be okay, but it doesn't mean he will be taking a lot of damage from them regardless. So the Rift Herald has been started up once again here, as the rest of CCG is now finally here, but Porter is stuck in the lane. Taco looking to find a way.
Red's tanking.
Going down, taking a lot of damage here. They're looking for more. Scout of the Week does not land. Limo waiting. He's got those grasping roots if he wants to put him down. Porter did a lot of damage. Flash forward, grasping roots. Here we go. It's going to get one, but just one. It's so low, and the Rift Herald is taken away. Can he pick it up? Pick it up, Limo. Pick it up, and he picked it up. He picks it up. The CCG get the kill, but Team Fish Taco get what they came for.
Limo just desperately crawling over to the Herald Eye to grab it, and succeeds in doing so, but still, again, not a kill to be had, but again, not an objective going the other way around. This is the jungler of your dreams in solo queue, gets every objective and is providing some level of pressure across the map. Limo has been playing absolutely out of his mind this game in terms of the pathing. It's just a question of now, like, all right, we've constantly see them get objectives, but never get a fight that works out. And CCG, they're kind of slowly getting strong. This Aatrox, still, the fact that we haven't had so many kills in this game, and Aatrox has 4, you're going to hit the mid game, and Aatrox is going to have such a huge gold advantage there as we take a look at it. 7,000 gold. It's behind Sudsy, which is a little bit surprising. I guess
That's
not.
what happens when you get all plates.
Yeah, you get plates. but Aatrox is very, very powerful, and I don't think Syndra is the answer to Aatrox is the problem.
Well, Team Fish Taco is going to have to hope that Syndra is the answer to Aatrox. And remember, with that Rift Herald in the back pocket, this next turret that they want to go after could be where they turn the game. Gold lead. Not too far in the hand of CCG, but CCG's scaling is just so damn good, right? Late game Aatrox is going to be a problem. This Vladimir is going to be a problem as well. Crimson could not quite get the turret there, but just the immense pressure that he forces Sudsy to come down and have to deal with him. It's only a matter of time before that turret breaks. It just feels like, Tess, the next team that makes a mistake, they could put themselves too far behind to come back from, because this game is so close.
Yeah, it's feeling like Team Fish Taco are making the best out of what they can here, as we see possible fight breaking out. Rift Herald's going to be used on this tower.
Here comes Twitch chat. All the little dudes are out there, but Sudsy had to flash away. Grasping Root's going to come out, only going to root one member. That turret is not down quite yet, so they invested Sudsy's flash for that and still haven't gotten it. CCG, they're able to defend this turret. Team Fish Taco not getting what they wanted.
Yeah, again, just not enough presence on this map here with how far behind they've fallen in the kills. They can't really hold a whole lot, and now Dragon gonna be spawning in just 40 seconds. You've all backed and reset. You're giving CCG the opportunity to get control of these waves, shove out mid bot, and immediately rock over to that Dragon. Suddenly, CCG feel like they can get their first objective and start to turn things in their favor on the side they've been losing out on.
Good stuff there. Sudsy a little low on mana. Does have teleport available for this fight. Dragon up in about 10 seconds here. CCG has made it to the Dragon Pit first. Flocon in the area as well on one item. Does get bubbled up, but has nice shielding, so it's time to do the Dragon Dance as Team Fish Taco. They have the track on the mid wave. Crimson got stunned, but didn't take a whole lot of damage. However, Flocon is the one who's catching the wave, so Team Fish Taco with a slight numbers advantage right now. Although Daisy should do well to equalize that a little bit. She gets thrown around by Sudsy, and bye-bye Daisy.
This is, this is a reason you see the Syndra as a response to Ivern, right? You just can grab Daisy, throw her into a completely separate country, and all of a sudden, now Ivern
play. Grasping Roots coming out, but
the
Dragon will be secured. Trevor on the backside, big double charm there. Flocon, who's taking a lot of damage, drops his ultimate down, full disengage, but Limo is the sacrificial lamb. CCG pick up kill number 6 and Dragon number 1 for them.
And every time it feels like Team Fish Taco, they poke their head in, they see an opportunity, and they can't confirm it. They don't get the CC they need. They don't get the engage to fully run people down. And because of that, they get kited out. The healing of CCG comes in clutch, and the fight goes on so long that they end up losing out on somebody. They need to find some answer to this, because CCG is just constantly fine with this trade. They're getting a kill. They're now starting to get some objectives, and CCG are just biding their time for the unstoppable onslaught of this Vladimir alongside of Fed Aatrox come late game.
CCG just needs to get a kill. Like, they need to get on the board to get some confidence back, but that's nice. Take a look at the champions that they have to try to kill. You have to try to kill an Aatrox. You have to try to kill an Ivern, who's got shielding. You have to try to kill a Vladimir, who's got his pool. You have to try to kill a Xayah, who has the ultimate to be able to get away from anything. And you have to try to kill a Rakan, who's pretty easy to pick off at times if you can catch him, right? He's a little slippery. But he also gives out shields, right?
Yeah.
Is it
There's
possible
also redemption
that they don't kill anybody on CCG?
There's a redemption with a Moonstone on Bacon as well.
Yeah.
So like this, there's a lot of healing. And the thing is, there's no heal cut taken for Team Fish Taco right now.
Yeah, CCG are just
zero.
unkillable Demon Kings.
Yeah. And I think at this point in the game, anybody at all needed to swap off their build to just get some heal cuts somewhere. Just a little bit. Because when you look at how much healing is built into this team, 4 of the 5 members have healing that is and 2 of them have it as like a very crucial part of their kit. And it feels like that should be an item that gets picked up a lot sooner than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, they are certainly missing out on that heal cut. Even
Look at that
get rid
shield.
of the shields, right? You know, the Serpent's Fang might be something we see a Jace get later in the game. Who knows? But CCG so far, small gold lead of only 1,000, but dominant, to be quite honest with you, would be the word that I would use. They have complete control of the Baron Pit right now if they want to start it up. Sudsy has been spotted out. And Trevor with that little extra shielding. I mean, it just... Sudsy can't burst them out. There's just not much that Team Fish Taco can do, and they are slowly bleeding out. And again, just allowing more time for Flowcon to farm up. Nemo could be the one who gets caught out. Levitate going to put the culling down. Do a lot of damage, but Daisy in the way. Good scatter the weak, but the Redemption can heal up quite a bit here. And now Levitate could be the one who's caught. He's able to dash away. World Ender popped for that Aatrox, but you see the team is turning on to Baron. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Porter is going to be the one to try to push down this turret. Does have 6 grubs worth of damage. Sudsy trying to land a scatter of the weak, only hits red. We don't have any vision onto this Baron. That blue trinket, though, gives them at least a little bit. Baron down to 6,000 as Trevor wants to go in. They're going to target Levitate. Flowcon is in pool. Gonna heal up just a little bit here. Good flash, and he bursts out Levitate. It's a 5v4. Limo is here. Porter is here, but Trevor doesn't take any damage. See if Team Fish Taco is able to make anything happen with one of their big damage dealers down. Red gonna go in, gonna flash, gonna root, knock up onto Syndra, but Red is bursted out. It's a 4v4. Sudsy trying to get away, but a flash forward. Sudsy in trouble, but he's alive for right now. Crimson is low. Can they find the turn? Then they find the scatter of the weak. It lands. The healing is there. Crimson is just so damn healthy. They can't take him down. They don't have the damage. The root is there, but Flowcon is dead. And now the next target is this Aatrox, who just has infinite health. And now he's looking on to Sudsy. He pops the second World Ender, but the scatter of the weak finally disengages. It's a 2-for-2 when the dust clears.
Yeah, and again, the healing on multiple ends of that fight just became a problem. From the start of that with the culling from Levitate, it chunked out a member, but the healing, again, was there that it did not matter. Meanwhile, you look at the other end of that, Limo loses the vast majority of his health going into that fight and becomes a liability to an extent because he can't stay up forward in that fight like you need the Maokai. The later ends of that fight, yeah, they got people low, but it didn't matter because they're constantly healing. They finally got Flowcon, but they didn't have a chance in hell of getting Crimson and Vacant.
Oh, blocks by Trevor, but it's not enough. They managed to take out Vacant. That's a huge pick there for Team Fish Taco. Now the world is their oyster. Baron's available. Dragon's available. They're looking to get push in the mid lane here, and they're looking to translate that into a Baron Thousand Eyes. This could be the opportunity that Team Fish Taco needed.
A very crucial one, especially the fact that it is vacant of anybody there. The cullings from Levitate have been out of this world, just constantly hitting hard on at least one person, if not taking another person low. It will be traded for the Dragon, and I think CCG making the best out of a bad situation. But now, after so long of Team Fish Taco kind of just like not feeling like they had the power to take fights, Baron should absolutely equalize that.
There is one thing to mention here, Thousand Eyes. This game looks like it could go very long, and we have 2 Ocean Drakes on the side of CCG. If they happen to get the next 2 Drakes, even if you have heal cut, you might not be able to kill them anymore.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's something that Team Fish Taco needs to be acutely aware of right now. But again, you mentioned Baron. They also have that 6 grub damage to turrets. This is a really good spot for Team Fish Taco. One pick could create a cascade, a domino effect that puts them firmly in front.
But again, too, like you said, Team Fish Taco is still 0 heal cut on this team. Somebody needs it. I'm getting extremely frustrated. Yeah, we have Serpent's Fang. That is a good one, but that's also the obvious one.
They've got Ignite. That's all the heal cut they need.
Yeah, okay. All right, buddy. If we have Ignite on the Lucian, that'll solve all of our problems.
Yeah, he's
Why
just
do we
dash
have
up
2
to
control
Aatrox.
wards in this push, guys?
He's just got to dash up to Aatrox and Ignite him. It's easy, right?
Gonna cry now. Genuinely, it is getting a little frustrating to see how long this game has gone when it's like Vladimir, a Fed Aatrox, an Ivern with Redemption. There's zero heal cut on this team, and to me, that feels a little unacceptable.
Here come the grasping roots. This could be trouble for the side of CCG. Daisy going to come out here, but the turret will go down. Another solid culling out of Levitate there. Daisy going to go down,
but it doesn't matter.
Another turret for the side of Team Fish Taco. Perhaps using that gold to maybe buy some heal cut next time around.
Hopefully.
As they are now going to siege the bottom inner turret. Vacant takes a lot of damage. Locom, though, wants to get in. You can see all that healing. The turret slowly going down, but it's not at the speed they want. If Team Fish Taco only get 2 inner turrets with this Baron, that could be considered a failure.
Yes, but I also kind of take it from the stance of they've not been able to win hard, full-on fights. So at the same time, I will take that as a victory because they've been struggling to get at this.
Trigger getting pulled. They're going to go in onto Limo. Limo is all alone for right now. Hoarder and Levitate trying to put some distance between the rest of the team. Good bubble. Onto the Aatrox. Crimson is getting bursted and he is ignited, so he's not healing for right now. Sunseek from the side. Scatters the weak and is able to get a big pick. Flowcom the next target, but he's gone into the pool. And the disengagement from CCG. Team Fish Taco are going to get the turret on top.
Yeah, and that's the fight we needed. Finally, one single bubble is all it takes to really open up an opportunity for Team Fish Taco. They get the World Ender from Crimson, and Crimson is so low he has to back away. And that's a lot of your team's gold right now. That's a lot of what makes your team powerful. So with that gone, they're able to turn the fight around, and Sudsy there to hit the stun to follow it up with a major victory for Team Fish Taco. CCG feel like things are starting to slip away. I feel like they have to figure out something here, because yes, they are scaling, but they're not doing anything with it, and they haven't for the last couple of minutes.
Team Fish Taco has nickel and dimed their way back into this game. Thousand Eyes, this has been an incredible series so far. I've had an absolute blast, and guess what? We still have so much more game left to play. Dragon up in about a minute, teleport coming in, and that is going to cut off Crimson. Crimson is on the wrong side of the tracks. He's going to have to pop the World Ender. He is all alone right now, but Limo and Snow 2 aren't going to do a whole lot to him. Turret going to go down. Hoarder, is he going to continue pushing, or is he going to go help out the rest of the team? Crimson going to teleport into the base here. They're going to chunk him out, but the Scout of the Week does not land in time. Hoarder unable to get that top turret, but critical. Summoner spells burnt.
Yeah, it's just, again, CCG on the back foot. Crimson caught out and just on the run. Hoarder able to push for free. And now, with all that pressure on the top side, Dragon going to be spawning in just 25 seconds here. And as we have seen, the Oblivion Orb has been picked up by Syndra. The Executioner's calling also on the Lucian now. So Heal Cut has arrived just in the nick of time. And they absolutely need it, because if this Dragon goes over to CCG, they're going to be on Soul Point.
Let's see how those grievous wounds are going to work here against CCG. And here come the Grasping Brutes, going to root up 3 members. The target is Crimson. Crimson is forced to flash away. Look at the damage, look at the charm, look at the knockups, doing a lot of damage. Limo getting very low. Limo is dead. Limo is dead, and CCG is still pretty healthy despite the heal cut. And they smack back Team Fish Taco. Dragon has been started up. It is going to be a 5v4, but Team Fish Taco, they're pretty healthy themselves, but CCG has had some time to heal up, and it looks like Team Fish Taco are going to pull off. Dragon number 3, Ocean Drake number 3 secured for the side of CCG, and Ocean Soul looms.
And it's this constant problem of just how much healing this team can put out. They can catch out Crimson, they can catch out Flowcon, they can even catch out Red, but the Redemption is there to help out from Vacant. So no matter what happens, it feels like, yeah, okay, we might start a fight off bad, but as long as we get out, we're able to back out, heal up with the Redemption, and start the fight again. And generally, by that point, Team Fish Taco, they've lost enough health Yeah,
Holy crap.
they've lost enough health there.
4,300?
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but like these numbers are kind of eye-popping right now. But you're right. It just goes to your point, right? It is just so you can't kill these guys. Heel cut came too late.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's a rough
Oh my-
position to be in.
Thank you, Observer, for pointing out all these gaudy numbers, right? As we've gotten
I
the
love
32-minute
numbers.
mark. That was a big shock blast that hit Red flush, by the way. Something to definitely be aware of because he doesn't heal up nearly as well until he manages to hit the wave. He obviously does have a Bloodthirster. You can see all those support items on Ivern, and everybody's been in a game where Ivern is suited up with support items.
Yeah.
And the team is so hard to kill. CCG with mid control trying to parlay that to this Baron potentially. All 5 members there. They do have Daisy as well lurking about, trying to provide a little bit of protection. Meanwhile, Sudsy going to try to link up with the rest of the team.
I really, really do love what Bacon has been doing with this redemption. A lot of people think, oh, we use redemption in the middle of the fight. But it has been a reset tool for CCG this game. They've taken a fight, lost it, used the redemption to heal back up, and then by the time they lose...
Nemo's caught! Trevor gets taken very low. Here comes Hoarder from the side, but another disengagement. Trevor just needs to heal
Again,
up
redemption.
a little bit. There's that redemption you talked about. And a good sidestep there means that they are ready for round 2 if they want to go in.
And Limo's low health. Limo's low health with this, so they end up winning this trade. They could go for the re-engage if they find an opportunity.
Yeah, they just need to find that opportunity. You can see they're trying to pull Limo in the root onto Levitate, but look at that big double stun. Bacon is a little low now. He's trying to get shielded up. He's taking a lot of damage. He's starting to cause problems for CCG. So their go button in Trevor was not ready there. And Team Fish Taco going to get full control of mid lane here.
It's just both teams scared for their lives right now because it is their tournament lives on the line.
Trevor is so unkillable.
Trevor is...
Oh, they're ripping the Baron. They're ripping the Baron, Tess. You know, obviously it's still got a lot of HP left. It's down below 1,000 right now. Can't see that vision toggle right now, so we'll see. It's down to 4,000. The Nami wave completely whiffs. It's time for a steal, but it's secured by Levitate. And now, seeing a lot of damage come out onto Flowcon, and Vacant is dead. Trevor is low, and CCG is in full retreat.
Yeah, they could not get the Baron steal. It goes over to the Lucian of all people, and without
They get a pick here.
Yeah, without their Ivern, the Redemption's not going to reach from this position, so they can't even get the reset off quick. They're going to have to back away. Red!
Red forced to ult, but guess what? The rest of the team's on top of him. Red is cut off from the rest of his squad. The Nexus turrets are under siege. The first turret is almost dead. They do so much damage to it. It's still a 5v4 for right now. Red finally gets back with the rest of the team, but the first Nexus turret has fallen. Twitch chat is helping out the side of Team Fish Taco as that turret's very low. Flowcon's almost bursted out. Team Fish Taco, they can almost taste victory. Here comes Vacant. The healing and shielding is finally here. CCG's been pushed to the brink. They need to try to find a way in, but Crimson's been bursted out. Team Fish Taco standing tall. The redemption means they're back at full HP. They're that raid boss at the end of the game with 2 health bars. That turret is just barely alive, but CCG looking to fight back. This dragon is up in 25 seconds. Trevor taken low. Here come the grasping roots. Flowcon goes in. He doesn't get a whole lot of damage down. Trevor trying to root out multiple people. He's low. Limo's low. Limo's dead. Crimson's ready to cook in the fight. Hoarder gets away. Levitate gets away. Flowcon in hot pursuit. Sudsy forced a flash. Levitate low. Crimson still a overbearing, foreboding force. And Levitate trying to dash as much as he can. But CCG are still so healthy, and their eyes are set on the Ocean Soul.
And they somehow find the right time. It has been back and forth. It has been pushing and shoving. And CCG find the exact right opportunity to go in, get the kill, push and shove with their health bars, and find a victory, take Limo down, chase the rest of the team away. And now there is an Ocean Soul given over to them. what was already a very difficult team to kill now starts to feel impossible. CCG just need to recognize this, and they need to play aggressive with it.
Heck, even the Nexus turret is regenerating, you know? Like, even the Nexus turret's getting healing. This is going to be so damn tough for Team Fish Taco to cut through, right? We talked about it, but this is the end game for CCG, right? Obviously, there are ways to get stronger. Flowcon can still get stronger. Heck, Crimson can still get stronger. But this is exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to get this Ocean Soul. They wanted to take control of this game. And if they take a bad fight, you know, I don't know if they could lose it, but guess what? If they lose one member, I think that this game could still be done. So
I think if either team loses a member, it feels like this game could go fully.
It's felt like that for the last 10 minutes.
I mean, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but
TP from behind, TP from behind, TP from behind. There's a big flank attempt coming through for Crimson. There's 4 members on one side. Crimson could find himself caught out. Does he think himself unkillable? He goes down! The unkillable Crimson has fallen, and Team Fish Taco on a power play 5v4, and they have an opportunity to walk it into the base here. A complete mistake on the side of Crimson.
The TP does not work out for CCG, and now they're in full retreat mode. They've got to clear these waves as much as possible. That tower is healed a little bit, but they're going to have to go for a fight at some point. They can't keep giving up ground because there's barely any ground to give.
25 seconds on Crimson, but there's no wave coming in yet. CCG still able to hold the line for now. They just can't lose anybody. You can lose Daisy. If you lose Daisy, it's a-okay. Culling gonna go down, trying to deal some damage, but here comes Red trying to do a lot of damage himself. Flowcon trying to get in, trying to take Limo very low. The healing is there. Are they able to pick off Limo 5v4? They do! Team Fish Taco! They are felled, and CCG hold the line.
I don't know what to say about this game anymore. Every time it feels like CCG are just out of it, it's just they come back. There's never a position where Team Fish Taco have felt like they've really taken over this game, and CCG, no matter what position you put them in, they are finding ways to get back into the game.
That has to be a heartbreaker for Team Fish Taco, because you had a man advantage. It was their strongest member at the time, but guess what? Flowcon has hit that break point where he himself deals so much damage. Thousand Eyes, I don't know if Team Fish Taco has what it takes to win this game.
I'm starting to get the same feeling. But then at the same time, I'll see that TP play from Crimson and like, whoopsies. What do we do? Like, it's back and forth. And it's just a question of what is the mistake that really breaks the camel's back. So far, we have been as far as we can go. And CCG, they are still holding on. The fact that this first tower in the mid lane is still alive is absurd to me. And we are now on to our 3rd Baron of the game. And this could be the defining one.
Well, we thought the first 2 might have been. But here we are. We are still here. CCG, Team Fish Taco. Whoa! Levitate has been caught out. And CCG have an opportunity. The ping's immediately going down onto the Baron. Levitate, what happens?
I don't even know what was going on there. Levitate's just too
far they're
forward.
pushing down the mid lane.
They're
barely down. There's no TP available. There's no TP available for CCG.
Oh,
this does mean at least an inhibitor, but they will have the Baron powered recalls to get back. So that inhibitor will go the way of Team Fish Taco. I like that move, but because of that Baron, it may be inconsequential. You take a look, Team Fish Taco, they're setting up near the Dragon Pit, 1 minute and 10 seconds until Elder Drake.
And again, like, this is another massive objective that CCG have felt like they've had control over. We have that ward available there, and it has not been cleared. With this Baron buff, it is expected at this point CCG will get control of waves, shove them in, make them be responded to, by Team Fish Taco and have control over that Elder Dragon. We'll finally see this tier 1 mid lane tower go down 42 minutes into the game. And now they just need to back away for this Elder and go for this fight. Crimson has the TP ready. Good culling.
Does so much damage. Flocon forced away, but again, that redemption gonna do quite a bit. Flocon healing on top of it with just his kit. We may have the joy and the honor of casting one of the best tier 3 games of all time. This one has been an instant classic going down to the wire. Team Fish Taco have options. Do they want to go for the Drake? Do they want to go for the win? Does Trevor want to go for the kill shot? Teleport coming from behind. But CCG, they're going to mob him. They're going to mob him. Couple roots coming out. Hoarder immediately had to flash. EU Red is very low. Sudsy is low. Everybody's low. Flocon on the back line. He blows up slow. He blows up Hoarder. They blow up Levitate. He's so low, but he manages just barely to get away. Limo, though, is left in no man's land. Triple kill for the mid laner of CCG. Flocon in flow state. And Sudsy is going to get chased down next. He's super low. He's dead. CCG are going to take the set.
It was a question of, is it all about the kills or is it about the objectives? And CCG, they find a way to take the kills into the objectives, get to the late game, full 4 Ocean Dragons into the Soul, into the Baron, and into the victory.
Levitate can only watch and wonder if he had flashed to that mid lane fight. How different could this have gone? CCG have done what many thought was not possible. They have knocked off Team Fish Taco. Team Fish Taco's OQ1 run is finished. CCG makes it to the elimination rounds in a wild 44-minute affair. Thousand Eyes, this was a game of League of Legends.
I am just shocked, back and forth until the very end. It felt like one of those ARAMs where, you know, you get kills, you run down to the enemy nexus, and they're already back up, and you end up going down, and they walk over to your nexus, and it's just back and forth, just on a much smaller scale. And at the end of the day, CCG, they find the right moments. Like we said, they bent, they did not break.
What an incredible game. I don't have any more words. I honestly don't.
You used a lot of them through the game. It was a long game.
This was awesome. This is why Tier 3 is awesome. This is why there are people like these players, like these coaches, like these analysts, like these organization owners, like organizations such as Running the Rifts. This is why we do this, for games like this. And we certainly hope you check out the rest of the catalog that we have to offer here at the Running the Rift YouTube channel. And we're going to, if you're watching in chronological order, we're going to have Polestar versus Ole Miss for you. Those will be the next videos out. We hope to see you there.